All right, yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Tween podcast. You got the host Kadeem here, and you have another host, and James. Say what's up.
Hey, what's good?
All right, so in today's video, we'll be doing the All Star, basically starters, reserves, and then snubs. So we
Yeah.
can start off first with what the All Star game is, or whatever it is. You can say your part, and I can say mine. So let's start this.
All right, cool. So first we can start off with the East starters.
Sure, out of the East stars, no problem.
Should we go East starters and then West starters, or East starters and then East reserves?
You know what? Good question. Let's go. You know what? Let's go down the conference first, and then let's go down conference. Stars and
All
reserves
right,
for each, and let's do it. Start with. Do you want to just name them one by one?
we can just name them one by one. So for me, I have my guards as Donovan Mitchell, who's having a fantastic season, averaging 29, 5, and 4.
Okay.
And this is a little controversial, but my second All-Star guard is DeMar DeRozan. He is averaging 26, 5, and 5, and is the only
Okay.
reason the Bulls are getting wins.
Okay.
And then my first forward spot goes to Jason Tatum. It was between him and KD for me.
Okay.
I felt like Tatum barely edges out him with his perimeter defense.
Yeah, but
And then I have as my second forward spot Giannis. He's
okay.
also my captain, averaging 31, 12, and 5.
Okay.
And at my third forward spot, I have Joel Embiid.
So for me, I'm only gonna say my third guard. I have Donovan Mitchell first, and then I have Jalen Brown. My forwards, I have Kevin Durant, Giannis, and Jason Tatum. That's my four forwards, and the reason why I have these, because I'll go down the list. Donovan Mitchell, you know this guy is going crazy, and he's giving you about 20 plus points a night, and he's leading his Cavaliers to about the top five seed in the West. I mean, in the East, and
Yep.
he's giving you. I don't have my points in front of me, but he's giving you almost 20 points a night on basically 30, basically shooting almost 40% from the 3 point line. And then Jalen Brown, you gotta put him there too. For Jason Tatum first, I'm gonna start for my first. For Jason Tatum, he's giving you 31 points. He's giving you 35% from three, and he's giving you 86% from the free throw line on good shooting splits. And he's leading to the Celtics to the first seed in the East. And Jalen Brown, I'm pretty sure he should be there because he's giving you 27 points, 35% from the three, and he's giving you a field goal percentage of 49%, and he's leading the Celtics with Jason Tatum. So I can put him at my two players. And then my other player for Don Mitchell, already said already, he's giving you almost 20, 30 points a night. He's shooting a three ball at 39%, and his field goal efficiency is at 48% on 20 attempts a night. And he's leading the Cavaliers in almost every stat category you can ask. So that's
Yep.
my two players, and then you have, and I said Kevin Durant because the guy's an MVP, the guy's almost a superstar, and a Brooklyn Nets, he's getting about almost 30 points a game, and he's playing with almost one of the best guards in Kyrie Irving, but he's been carrying most of the load, though he's injured, but you already know his fan support. And then last, I have Giannis, because you already know this guy's the MVP. He's giving you 30 points, shooting a three ball at 24%, which is pretty much height. And then he's shooting the field goal at 52%. And he's leading the Bucks in almost every stat category possible, you can say. And he's
Uh-huh.
giving almost 11 rebounds, 5 assists, and almost a steal per night. So that's my
Yeah.
starters. And I think, did I miss out on anyone else? I don't think I missed out on anyone else.
No, you didn't, but I just want to say, totally respect you having two Celtics as all-star starters because they
Yeah.
have been number one in the East.
hmm
And they've been killing it this year. And I just wanted to, who's your captain again?
Oh, good question. My captain. You know what? Let's go. Let's go Giannis. I'll go Giannis to the captain because Kevin Durant's injured.
All
Why
right,
not?
cool.
I'll say Kevin
All
Durant,
right.
but go Giannis.
All right. So now I am going to name my East All-Star reserves.
Do it.
So my first guard reserve is of the Brooklyn Nets, Kyrie Irving. He has been amazing, averaging 26, 5, and 5.
Okay.
The Nets actually playing very solid defense for the Nets this year. I feel like Nets Kyrie is underrated because people always say oh, a Cavs Kyrie is the best. But he's more efficient on the Nets and he's putting up the same stats he was with Kevin Durant, and he had James Harden. So it's definitely close. But yeah. And then, anyways, my second guard is Jaylen Brown. The Celtics have been great this year, and he is one of the reasons why he's averaging 27, 7 and 3 on
Jalen Brown's nasty, bro. He's nasty.
very solid defense. Yeah. And then, my first All-Star reserve forward is obviously Kevin Durant. I couldn't leave him out after barely missing the starters, averaging like 37 and 5, leading the Nets to like a second or third seed. They will probably go far in the playoffs.
Most certainly, definitely.
And then my next All-Star forward is my boy of the Toronto Raptors, averaging 26, 8 and 6, Pascal Siakam.
Okay.
I am so excited that people are finally giving Pascal the respect that he deserves.
Yeah, Pascal's
Like,
now finally getting respect, bro. He's on TNT
yeah,
and everywhere.
yeah, like if Pascal was on the Lakers, people would be calling him like an MVP candidate.
Oh yeah, so most certainly.
Yeah.
Most certainly.
Okay, and then for my final forward spot, I had to choose between Julius Randle, who's actually having a very underrated season,
Yeah,
25, 11, and
Randall's been
4.
going crazy. This guy's going stupid. This guy Randall cannot be stopped.
Facts. And Bam Adebayo, who's averaging
Okay.
22, 10 on 3 on
Yeah,
really
Bam's
great
been going crazy in
defense.
the last like couple games.
Thought about this a long time, and yeah, I
Okay.
ultimately went with Julius, but I'm choosing Bam for my first wild card spot.
Okay.
But
And then your
that
second
leaves
last
me to
spot.
my second wild card spot,
Okay.
which I had a very tough time choosing.
Okay.
And it ultimately came down to 6 players. However, I'm not going to name all 6 of them because the other 5 who missed it are my snubs. But it came down to Trae Young and Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
And although Trae has the better stats,
Trey's 3 points been gone down, but yeah, he's still been playing good.
yeah, yeah, even though Trae has the better stats, Jimmy Butler is way more efficient and way better at defense. So I went with
Sure.
Jimmy Butler as my final
Yeah, Trey's down to like
all-star
33% on the
spot.
three ball right now. He's not shooting at a high
Yeah,
percentage. I remember
yeah.
before he was shooting above 35%, but he's not shooting close to that.
Snubs include Trae Young,
Most certainly.
Jalen Brunson of the Knicks, because the Knicks, they almost deserve to have 2 All-Stars. Like,
Oh yeah, 100%.
it's either them or the Heat. Kyle Kuzma of the
Yeah,
Wizards
sure.
has been very great this year.
Most certainly.
Paulo Banchero has taken the league by storm. He's carrying the Magic to win sometimes. He's running away with Rookie of the Year, and
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
very, very good. And then my final snub, I had to do it. It's OG Anunoby. He's been
Sure.
insane this year,
Also,
literally
I'm pretty
carrying the
sure OG
Raptors
when
to
by
big
himself, he can
nights.
do a lot more damage because when
He's
Pascal
so
was
good
out,
at
he was carrying the
defense.
load. He's carrying the load,
Yep.
doing everything and being an anchor, and yeah, he's pretty much doing everything. So I think that's your. Does anyone else you have for snubs? You can add more if you want,
I mean,
or you have one
I
more.
can just name a couple off the top of my head, like Bradley
Right.
Beal, Kristaps Porzingis, and Tyrese Halliburton.
Okay.
But yeah,
And
that's it.
then, all right. So my turn. All right. So for my East reserves, I'll put number one. I'll put Kyrie 100% because I'm pretty sure after Scandal, he's pretty much playing better. He gave me 25 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. I'm pretty sure he's shooting over 30% from three, and he's basically shooting about 40 to 50% from the field goal. And he leaned the net to almost a good top four record in the East. And then for my backup guard alongside Kyrie, I'll go a bunch more into that afterwards. I'll basically go James Harden. Why not go James Harden? I guess because he's been injured, but he top 5 or 10 in the fan voting, so I'll put him there. He gave me 21 points, 11 assists, six rebounds, and you know how hard he can do. He played with the Joel Embiid, and if he was pretty much healthy, I'm pretty sure he'd be a starter 110% because James Harden right now,
Yeah,
he's basically to where he was before, but he's not to a far degree. But he's not getting the slander he was back before because he was playing bad last season. But James Harden right now, he's getting 21 points, 6 rebounds, 11 assists, as I said already, 44% from the field, 38% from the three-point line, and shooting 87% at the free throw line. And for true shooting stats, I'm just going to pull it up here. For his true shooting, he's giving you right now. Well, for his true shooting, he's giving you true shooting percentage of 61%. So I'll put James Harden basically as my second guard, because I know he gets love and respect. And then for my forwards, I'll put for my forwards. This is a hard one. Okay, so my for my reserves in the front court. Here we are. Okay, I will go. I'll go Julius Randle in my backcourt, and then I'll go Pascal Siakam as my small forward, and then for my backup center, I'll go. This is a tough one. I'm basically stuck between. Oh yeah, I'll go Embiid. I'll go Embiid because he give me 33 points. I'm not gonna hurt the problem because
Yeah.
Embiid he's been on a lower efficiency. He hasn't really playing the same. He's been playing a bit better, but I think Embiid he's out a lot of time. But for his stats right now, Joel Embiid giving you 30 points tonight, and I'm pretty sure he has to get a reserve spot, but he could get a third nod. I wouldn't be surprised. He gave me 33
Yeah.
points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 53% from the field, and 35% from the 3 point line. And he's shooting 85% from the free throw line. So, Joel
Nice.
Embiid, I'll give my respect for that. And you know what Embiid can do. He's a dog in the playoffs when he played the Raptors. He pretty much was a versatile force, and he always comes in clutch. At wild card spots, I'll go more into stats analysis afterwards. But you know what? For my wild card spots, I'll go to Mark Rosen for sure, and
Yep.
I'll go Jalen Brunson. Why not? Because they're both
All
giving
right.
you 26 and 22 tonight, and they're giving you almost about over 5 assists per game and giving you about 3 to 4 rebounds. And though their teams are in the middle of the playoffs race, I'll give DeMar and Brunson my edge. But for Brunson right now, I think he's pretty much at all star level because when he was playing the Mavericks, I'm pretty sure it's Luka. He could have done the most damage. But when he was out, he
Yeah.
held it down. And DeMar DeRozan, you know what this guy can do. He's basically an MVP type player last season. And DeMar, I think he's very good. DeMar is very great. He's a very good mid range shooter, though his 3 point shooting is very much improved. And the Bulls, they're pretty much off to a sluggish start. I'm pretty sure DeMar gets in 110%. So, and for
Yeah.
my snubs, I'll put my snubs here. For my snubs, I'll put Tyrese number one. Because if he wasn't injured, I'm pretty sure he'll be an all star. I'm pretty sure because
Yeah.
you know Tyrese guy's going nuts. He's almost like at Chris Paul level. He's giving you 10 assists, 4 rebounds a night, and 20 points per game, which is very much to a good load of efficiency. And I think that Tyrese could have been all star if he wasn't injured and he kept this up, he would have been all star 110%.
Yeah.
And for my another sub for my guards, I'll put who else I can put. I'll put one more player. I would want to say I would say Darius Garland too because he's been injured
All
a bit,
right.
but he's been playing a back load. But I'll
He
put
is.
Derek on my back kind of snubs. And is there one else I want to say for the guards too? I want to say
I mean, like,
for my
yeah.
guards, is there anyone else? Is there anyone else you can put for guards for snubs right now? I don't think there's anyone else. You said
I'll
you're
like Bradley Beal or Trey Young, but that's up to you.
okay. I'll put Bradley. I'll put Bradley and
All
Trey on
right.
my backcourt for snubs. And then for other snubs in the front court, I'll go Bam for a snub on my front court, and then go Paulo Banchero in my front court, and
Yeah.
then Jimmy Butler in my front court. And that's really it because I'm going to break down each snub for Jimmy Butler. He would have been an all star, but he keeps missing time, but he's a very much good player. But I think at the same time,
Yeah.
the Heat are pretty much in the middle of the pack. But I'm pretty sure he's an all star nod, but not on my list because the East is way too packed. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly, bro.
and then Paolo Banchero, the rookie of the year right now, giving 21, 3, and 6. And for all he's done Magic with Franz Wagner and those guys, I think he pretty much gets in. So I would say for a
Yeah.
snub, I'll put him there.